Karen said my canine partner was too aggressive for a peaceful neighborhood and pushed to have him banned from the HOA. But when a fire broke out and her daughter was trapped inside, the same dog she tried to exile risked everything to save her life. The look on her face afterward, unforgettable. If you love true justice and stories where the underdog wins, hit that subscribe button. And let us know in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? We love hearing from our Ha Stories family. We moved into the neighborhood for peace, not to make enemies. After years of serving in the canine unit with my partner Rex, a Belgian Malinois with nerves of steel and a heart bigger than most humans, I figured we'd earned some calm. My wife and I bought a modest home on a corner lot, surrounded by big oaks, and a fenced backyard for Rex to stretch his legs. I still worked part-time on rotation with the county sheriff's department. And Rex, though semi-retired, stayed sharp with regular drills and stayed by my side like he always had. On day one, Karen, the HOA president, introduced herself in a crisp white blouse, clipboard in hand, and a plastic smile. She eyed Rex with unease. "That's a big dog," she said flatly. "Hope he doesn't bark all night." I explained he was a service canine, well-trained, never aggressive unless commanded, and fully within our rights to own. Her tone tightened. "Well, let's hope he doesn't trigger the community. We've got kids here." That was the start. Within a week, Karen filed a complaint, citing concern over an attack-trained dog living near children. She called Rex a threat, said he growled at her daughter, and lobbied to revise HOA rules against professional working animals in residential areas. Despite our documentation, proof of Rex's training, certifications, my own active duty status, she pushed for a hearing to vote him out. She printed flyers, "Do you feel safe with a canine attack dog next door?" and passed them around like she was running a smear campaign. Some neighbors sympathized, others avoided us. Karen even brought up a fake statistic during the meeting, claiming 80% of working dogs eventually snap. I sat there, seething, as she painted my loyal partner like a ticking time bomb. I reminded them Rex had taken down armed criminals, sniffed out narcotics, and once found a missing child in a storm drain. I reminded them of the hours of training, discipline, and loyalty he carried. But Karen didn't care. She cared about control, image, and quiet harmony. The vote failed barely, but the message was clear. We weren't welcome. Weeks passed. Karen's daughter, Lily, maybe 9 years old, would sometimes wave at Rex from afar, smiling shyly. Rex always wagged his tail, but never crossed the invisible line Karen had drawn. Then one scorching afternoon in July, everything changed. I was mowing the lawn when I smelled smoke. At first, I thought it was someone barbecuing, but the smell grew stronger, darker, wrong. Then I heard it screaming, high-pitched, panicked. I dropped everything and sprinted toward the Sorsgren's house. Smoke poured from the kitchen window. Flames crackled inside. Karen was outside, hysterical, yelling, "My baby." She's inside. She's still inside. A neighbor was already calling 911, but I didn't wait. I looked at Rex, who stood by the fence, ears up, muscles coiled. "Search," I commanded. The gate burst open, and Rex shot past me. I followed with a damp towel over my face, heart pounding.
Oh.
Inside was chaos, black smoke, heat, and the sound of a child crying. "Lily?" I shouted.
What? Find her.
He disappeared into the hallway. Seconds later, a sharp bark echoed from the back bedroom. I crawled, choking. Visibility nearly zero. Rex's barks grew frantic. I found him by the door, clawing at it. I kicked it open, and there she was, Lily curled in a ball under her bed, coughing, terrified. Ow! I grabbed her, yelled, "Heel!" And Rex turned, guiding us back through the thick smoke, nudging Lily with his nose when she slowed. We burst through the front door just as the fire truck arrived. I collapsed on the lawn, Lily in my arms, Rex beside us, panting. Karen fell to her knees, sobbing, pulling Lily into her arms. "You saved her, you, Botho, my God. You saved her," she kept repeating. Neighbors watched in stunned silence. For once, Karen didn't have a speech ready, just tears. The next day, the HOA issued a formal apology, not just to me, but to Rex. The local news station ran the story. Hero K9 saves HOA president's daughter. The same Karen who tried to ban Rex now stood beside him in a photo op, handing him a certificate of bravery and a giant bone tied with a ribbon. She spoke at the emergency HOA meeting, her voice cracking, publicly retracting every complaint she'd ever made. "I thought he was dangerous," she said. "But the only danger in this neighborhood was my ignorance." Some neighbors clapped, others cried. Karen even asked if I'd consider training other residents' dogs in basic safety drills. I declined politely, but I did agree to run a neighborhood safety workshop with Rex as the co-instructor. The narrative flipped overnight. Where once people crossed the street to avoid us, now they knocked on our door with treats for Rex. Children asked to pet him. Adults asked questions about home safety and emergency prep. I was on T in it for attention, but seeing Rex finally recognized for what he truly was meant more than I could ever express. That fall, Karen organized a community barbecue in Rex's honor. A banner hung between two trees. "Thank you, Rex, our neighborhood hero." Lily, now fully recovered, gave Rex a medal made of cardboard and glitter, pressing it to his collar with a smile. Karen, for once, didn't speak much, just stood nearby, teary-eyed. Watching her daughter laugh and pet the dog she once called a threat. In private, she confessed to me, "I let fear turn me into someone I didn't recognize." Your dog saved not just Lily but me too. It took a while, but trust grew. Karen still had her clipboard, still sent out reminders about recycling bins, but she no longer weaponized the HOA rules to hurt others. And as for Rex, well, he took to retirement just fine sunbathing in the backyard. Belly rubs from neighborhood kids, and the occasional treat snuck from Lily during her visits. I learned something powerful through it all. Sometimes people attack what they deign to understand, but true character, like Rex's, doesn't need defending. It reveals itself in the fire. And when it does, even those who feared you will have no choice but to see the truth. Rex was never the threat. He was always the protector. And thanks to him, the very people who once wanted him gone now sleep soundly because they know. If danger comes again, the dog they tried to ban will be the first one through the flames.